Hello friends, my name is April and welcome to my channel. Today we have a full body flow that focuses on strength, flexibility, and balance. So grab your spot on the mat and let's get started. We're going to start in seated cross-legged position. We're going to do several big deep breaths. Inhale through the nose for about a count of 5, and then we can pause at the top and exhale for a count of 8 or so. We're going to move into half neck circles. So we're going to drop our chin to our right shoulder and then bring our chin slowly toward our chest, and then our chin is over at our left shoulder. Let's do a few rounds of these nice and slow. Totally okay if you hear a little crackling in the neck. It should feel really good to loosen that tension. Next, we're going to bring our hands to the tops of our knees and begin to circulate the waist. As we move forward, we push our chest out, and as we move backward, we can sort of round through our upper back. Let's do a few in each direction. This will really help loosen up our spine. Let's move into tabletop position, hands under our shoulders and knees under our hips. We're going to do a few rounds of cat and cow. So when we inhale, we arch our back and bring our nose to the ceiling. And when we exhale, we round through that upper back and bring our chin to our chest. Let's just keep flowing with our breath. Nice work. Now let's set our hips back toward our heels, bringing our toes together to touch, and we will crawl our fingertips forward for wide leg child's pose. Just let that forehead rest on the mat, and if it feels good to you, you can go ahead and rock your head from side to side, getting a little massage on the forehead. One of the most relaxing stretches you can do. Now let's begin to push ourselves slowly up from the mat, taking our time. We're going going to curl those toes under and push up to downward dog. Go ahead and get yourself adjusted, and then you can begin to slowly pedal those feet. It is perfectly fine if your heels do not touch the mat. Just moving with the breath. Also feeling that wonderful stretch all along the back. Awesome, let's push back a little deeper, really feeling that stretch along the back and along the backs of the legs. We're going to walk our feet up so we can come into ragdoll pose. You have a couple of options. You can either have your hands dangling down toward the mat, or you can grab opposite elbow. So if you would like, you can begin to sway a little bit from side to side. Go ahead and switch the cross of the arms. Now we're going to bring ourselves up one vertebrae at a time, very slowly. Head is the last thing to rise. Inhale the arms up overhead, palms to touch, and let's flow forward into our forward fold. Then moving into halfway lift. And then bring those hands back down to the mat, crawling them forward, or you can hop back. Slowly lower down, triceps scraping the sides of the ribs for cobra, push up. Careful not to overextend or hyperextend. And bring it back down so that you can push into downward dog. Holding here briefly. And then let's step or hop our way back up to center of the mat. Halfway lift. Bring it all the way down, forward fold, then arms up overhead, palms to touch, and float your way back down to forward fold. Again, halfway lift. And step it or hop it back for plank position, moving directly into chaturanga. And then pushing back to downward dog. Now let's bring your right knee to your right elbow. We're bringing ourselves into high lunge. Inhale the arms up overhead, holding here, igniting some warmth in the legs and practicing that balance. And now let's open it up to Warrior Two. Going to bring that right leg into a lunge position. The blade of the left foot is kind of parallel to the short edge of the mat, and we are gazing over our middle finger, looking the same direction as that lunging leg. let's release and bring our left hand to the back of our left knee, bringing that right arm up overhead for reverse warrior. And we're going to bring those arms forward and rest that right elbow on that right upper thigh, reaching the left arm up overhead. If you would like, you can drop that right hand down to the mat for a little bit deeper stretch and a little bit more stretch on the inner thigh. Great job. Let's go ahead and circle that left arm down to the mat, framing that right foot. We're pushing back into triangle, so you may need to narrow your stance a bit. Chest folds over that right leg. And let's face both legs forward as we come into Warrior 3. Now this can really challenge one's balance, which is an area I am constantly working to improve. We're lifting that left leg back behind us. It does help to find a focal point. You can have your hands at heart center, or if you'd like, you can extend them out to the side, whatever feels best for you. Next, we're going to bring our left leg up with us, our knee bent. We're going to take that right arm and grab around the left knee and extend that left arm out to the side. Let's release. Next, we're going to stand into mountain, preparing to get into tree pose. So let's bring that left leg either with a heel touching the ankle, the calf, or a little above the knee. You can extend your arms up overhead, making for a nice, tall, strong tree, or you can bring your hands to heart center for a more peaceful pose. Again, it always helps to find a focal point. Let's exhale, bring those hands down to heart center and release. Right away, inhale, arms up overhead. Let's float down, forward fold. Bring those hands into halfway lift and take them down to the mat. Step or hop it back, flowing directly into chaturanga, little cobra. And let's push back to downward dog. Holding here for just a little bit. Now we're going to repeat that series on the left side. So let's step that left knee into just behind that left elbow, coming up into high lunge. Focus on that breath. pull. I know it burns, you got this. And let's open it up to Warrior 2. Staying nice and strong through those legs, upper body nice and lifted. Strong, proud warrior. All right, time to reverse that warrior, gazing up toward the ceiling. Let's go ahead and bring that left arm up overhead with the right elbow resting just above our right knee. You can also take the hand down to the mat if that is in your practice. It does require a little bit more flexibility. Let's circle that arm around forward so that it can frame the foot, and we're going to narrow our stance coming into triangle. All right, let's bring our legs back in together so we can flow right away into Warrior 3. I have my hands at heart center. It just helps me to balance a little bit better, but you do whatever you need with your arms. Even if you want to bring the hands back down to the mat, that is also totally fine. You'll still get a nice deep stretch. All right, and let's bring that knee into the chest, grabbing with the opposite arm, and then extending out to the side. If you're a little wobbly, that is totally okay. Let's bring it back to the front and relax in mountain for just a second, preparing to come back into tree pose on the other side. Find that right positioning for foot placement that works best for you. And if you are bringing that foot higher up, it does help to sort of think of pressing the legs in toward each other. That gives you a little bit stronger base for your balance. back into our mountain pose just to readjust. Big inhale, arms up overhead. We're flowing forward fold, halfway lift, and hands down to the mat, walking or hopping back into plank, then to chaturanga, and pushing back for downward dog. We're going to lift that right leg up to the ceiling, bend the knee. Holding here, just briefly. Maybe not as brief as you want, but good for you. And let's go ahead and bring that knee back into just behind the elbow. We're moving into pigeon pose. But first, I like to do just a little bit of a back bend. So I just walk my fingertips back till I feel enough stretch. Now let's walk our hands forward. If you'd like to come completely down, forehead to the mat, or you can stay upright if that works better for you. All right, let's push back up into our downward dog. We're pausing for a bit here before moving on to do the same thing on the other side. So let's extend that left leg back, bend that knee, holding here, nice and strong. You've got this. And let's bring that knee to behind the elbow. And if you like, once again, you can move into that little back bend, or you can just hold where you are. Or begin to walk those hands forward and fold completely down. Use this time to really let all the tension in your body go, just relaxing, reconnecting with yourself, focusing on your breath, quieting the mind. And now let's walk our hands back in so we can come back up. We're going to move into puppy pose. So we are going to keep our knees under our hips and just walking our hands forward to bring only our chest down to the mat. And now let's walk our hands back in. We're going to extend that right arm up to the ceiling with an inhale and then exhale, bringing it through for shoulder stretch. The opposite arm can just be extended up overhead. Let's walk back up and repeat on the other side. And let's walk our hands back up, and we're going to come down onto our bellies. Let's extend that right arm out to the side. We're going to need to kind of scooch over to the opposite side of our mat because we're going to be rolling onto that right side to get a big chest opener. With your left hand, you can just push that palm to the mat to help stabilize. And you could even have your knees just bent, or you can do like I'm doing and kind of flip that right leg back behind the left. Careful not to push too far and to listen to your body anytime you are practicing. We can roll back over onto our bellies now to transition to do the same thing on the other side. Remembering to listen to your body's cues and signals. If something is uncomfortable, just modify maybe the positioning of your opposite arm or of your leg. Minor adjustments can really make all the difference. All right, let's go ahead pushing back up into a kneeling position. Let's clasp those hands behind the back for a big chest opener, taking that nose up to the ceiling to deepen that stretch. Really pushing that chest forward. I do have my toes tucked. And let's release. Hands back down to the mat just to help yourself transition into seated position. Once again, cross-legged. Inhale those arms up overhead. We're going to take that right hand to the left knee and twist it back, gazing over that left shoulder. Careful not to twist too far. Certainly don't need to be tweaking our back. Let's go ahead and transition to the other side. Arms up overhead, big inhale, and exhale as you twist. Alright, now we are going to have a big deep side stretch. Take that right palm down to the mat. Lift that left arm up overhead as you reach toward the side. Relax that neck, holding here. And transition to the opposite side. Now let's take those arms up overhead, biggest inhale of the day, and exhale as you bring them down to heart center. If you enjoyed this class, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe because I add free workouts every Sunday. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I will see you very soon.